Good Monday evening, everyone. It is April Fool's Day, and this is no April Fool's joke. Significant severe weather. It has been ongoing this evening. It's going to continue overnight, and then possible tornado outbreak is possible for Tuesday across the up towards Ohio, down to maybe through Kentucky, in through parts of Tennessee, maybe even down towards northern Alabama, even for tomorrow. But first, if you're just now joining us, click that thumbs up button, click that like button, comment where you're from, and please share this with your friends and family. We got to get the word out regarding the severe weather. Let's go over the latest watches and warnings across the area as of right now. Alrighty, the West is calmed down, and we get towards the central part of the United States. Everywhere in yellow here is a tornado watch. I believe the one in Oklahoma goes until, I believe, 9 o'clock or maybe 10 o'clock tonight. And then as we go up through parts of Missouri, goes until 11 to midnight as well. Over here towards Indiana, parts of Ohio, we got severe thunderstorm watch. We do have a severe thunderstorm watch. Watch out for parts of west central Arkansas, northwest Arkansas, through eastern parts of Oklahoma, and down through parts of Texas as well. Okay, we have flash flood watches through most of northern Kentucky, through West Virginia, Ohio, into Indiana, and parts of Illinois. Winter storm watches, UP of Michigan up towards eastern parts of Wisconsin. Also, winter storm watches up here in parts of New England as well. All right, here's the latest outlook from the National Weather Storm Prediction Center as of 7:45. Their update Central Time here. An enhanced risk of severe thunderstorms from the southern plains to the lower Ohio Valley. Severe thunderstorms with very large hail, 2 to 3 inch in diameter hail. It's baseball to possibly softball size hail or greater. Damaging gusts to 60 to 80 miles per hour is possible, and a few tornadoes, potentially strong tornadoes, that is expected this evening into tonight from North Texas into Oklahoma and the lower Ohio Valley for this evening. and through overnight hours. All right. So enhanced risk, like I said, from northern parts of Texas, most of eastern Oklahoma, eastern half Oklahoma, southeastern Kansas, most of the southern three quarters of Missouri, southern Illinois, over towards Indiana and northern Kentucky here as well. Okay. All right. Tornado risk for the rest of tonight. This 10% hatched area, strong tornadoes could be possible across this hatched area here of northwest Arkansas, eastern Oklahoma, up towards basically the I-44 corridor from Joplin, Springfield, Rolla, up to St. Louis, Jefferson City, even, and that's where the likelihood of EF2 or greater tornadoes could be possible. 10% likelihood of seeing a probable tornado within 25 miles of any given point. In the yellow, 5% in around that, the brown, and 2% in the green. Go to the wind. Significant straight line winds possible in these hatched areas. We're probably talking in excess of hurricane force winds, 74, 75 miles per hour. We've had some wind gusts of, I think there was a wind gust earlier out here in Texas of 88 miles per hour. That will definitely do damage. And like I said, same areas here: northeastern Oklahoma, northwestern, far northern Arkansas, over towards most of southern three quarters of Missouri, and up towards southern Illinois as well. Hail, huge threat all the way down through Texas, through most of eastern Oklahoma, eastern half of Oklahoma, western Arkansas, and up through Missouri into Illinois as well. We've had some big hail today across the area. Let's get into highs real quick for tomorrow, and then we're going to get into, actually, let me show you tomorrow's outlook first, and then we'll get into tomorrow. All right, as we get into Tuesday, a tornado outbreak is possible. So, moderate risk of severe thunderstorms across a large portion of Ohio, including adjacent parts of southeastern Indiana, northern Kentucky, and western West Virginia. Okay, potentially substantial severe weather outbreak, including a few significant to long track tornadoes, is possible tomorrow, Tuesday afternoon into the evening. Highest probability centered over the Ohio vicinity and extending southward across the Tennessee Valley. Some severe risks exist as far south as the Gulf Coast and as far east as western portions of Virginia and the Carolinas. Like I said, very long track and very strong tornadoes are possible tomorrow, and basically a tornado outbreak for Tuesday across this area. I'm going to show you here. We have a tornado. Here's the hatched area all the way down into parts of northern Alabama, through central Tennessee. This is including the Nashville area, up through Bowling Green, Louisville, up towards Charleston. And then that's basically a 10% area. 10% probability. There's a 10% probability of seeing a tornado within 25 miles of any given point in that yellow area. The hatched area is just where the strong tornadoes could be for tomorrow. Now, I'll be honest with you, I've not seen a 15% tornado risk in quite some time. Okay, 15% chance of seeing a tornado within 25 miles at any given point, basically centered across far northern Kentucky and into Ohio. This is something that, if you know anybody up in Ohio, northern Kentucky, you've got to get their attention, because there's going to be a tornado outbreak tomorrow, and it's going to be very significant tornadoes that could be possible, and very damaging, life-threatening conditions, even all the way down towards northern Alabama and through central Tennessee in this hatched area as well. Okay, got to stay up on the weather, and we'll have updates as we go through tomorrow as well. So here's the wind risk for tomorrow as well. Probably 60 to 80 mile per hour winds, straight line winds possible with some of these storms. Hail risk, most significant up here towards northern Kentucky and through most of Ohio for tomorrow. This will be basically egg size, hen egg size to baseball size, or even larger than that possible for tomorrow. So got to stay up on the weather. If you live anywhere from parts of Mississippi through Alabama, northwestern Georgia, all the way through most of Tennessee, Kentucky, up through Ohio, you got to stay weather aware tomorrow. This is a very significant threat. I can't stress enough to have a way to get warnings tomorrow, because this is going to be a very dangerous situation as we go in through Tuesday afternoon. Alrighty. So let's go into some storm reports that we had today already, and we're going to go into future radar here. All right, let's go through future radar here. This is 11 o'clock tonight. This is the latest HRRR 01Z. This is not going to be exactly perfect, okay? So I'm just going to show over the general trends, what's happening, okay? So just north and northwest of Springfield, Missouri, right around 11 o'clock hour is going to be a big complex of storms trying to come through as well. And then some storms still lingering back here in parts of Oklahoma. There was a storm possibly into northern parts of Arkansas even. And as we go throughout the night, this is 1 o'clock in the morning, so maybe some more storms even around southwestern Missouri into northeastern Oklahoma, starting to spread into parts of Arkansas, northwest Arkansas, southern Missouri. Tons and tons of storms up here towards St. Louis, over towards Indianapolis. Heavy rain up that way as well. Some scattered storms down here in parts of Texas. Then as we get towards 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, to some scattered storms across the parts of Missouri into Arkansas. Like I said, any storm that gets out by itself could have a chance to become severe, and possibly some tornadoes could exist throughout tonight. So you got to have a way to get warnings, especially after you go to sleep. Okay. All right. So we go into, this is 5 o'clock hour. Look at all this tons and tons of heavy rain storms up here, just north of the Ohio River here in Indiana and in Ohio as well. And then we get towards 7 o'clock in the mornings. Could be some storms around Little Rock, across the central, maybe northern Arkansas, even some storms, more storms across southern Illinois, into southern Indiana, and trying to cross the river over here in Kentucky. All right. This is maybe about the 8 or 9 o'clock hour. Like I said, this is not going to be perfect. So this is just a general trend. Okay, there could be some storms down here in parts of northern Louisiana in the morning, possibly around Memphis. Up here, just like I said, training of complex of storms up here towards Indiana and Ohio. So there's going to be some major flooding up that way as well. All right, as we go into 11 o'clock tomorrow, this is Tuesday the 2nd. See some storms starting to pop up here across northern Kentucky, southern Indiana, southern Ohio, and then we got basically nothing going on across the rest of the area. Then as we get towards the noon hour, 1 o'clock hour, you can see storms starting to develop down here in Mississippi, parts of Tennessee, Kentucky, in through Indiana and Ohio. Okay, this is when the severe threats are going to start ramping back up. Is early afternoon tomorrow. We get into 2 to 3 o'clock hour. We're talking right around Nashville, possibly down through parts of Mississippi, and scattered storms all the way through Indiana into Ohio, into parts of Kentucky as well. Skip forward to about 5 o'clock hour. Big squall line of storms coming through the south here, and then we have individualized storms up here, parts of Kentucky into Ohio. So these are where the longer track tornadoes could be, across the parts of Tennessee and through Kentucky into especially Ohio tomorrow, across that area. Okay, so we get to 6 o'clock tomorrow night. Here's 7. Here's another line of storms trying to develop ahead of this cold front as well, coming through Nashville again, through central parts of Kentucky. Through central parts of Kentucky here, down here through most of Alabama has a storm threat tomorrow as well. And then as we get towards 11, 12 o'clock hour, the storms are starting to wind down, thank goodness, up here across Kentucky into Ohio, into West Virginia. But there's still going to be some storms possibly down here towards southeastern Alabama, in through parts of Georgia as we go throughout tomorrow evening into Wednesday morning across that area. Okay. All right, let's get into your highs for Tuesday. Start out west here where the cold fronts already came through. 54 North Platte, 58 Denver, 57 Wichita, 52 Kansas City, 49 Des Moines with some storms around early in the morning and then probably clearing afterwards. 53 Oklahoma City, 64 Dallas. You go down towards southern parts of Texas, you're in 80 still, 83 Monroe, 77 Little Rock, with chances of storms basically in the morning hours. You get over towards Nashville to Louisville to Charleston to Cleveland. Severe thunderstorms are likely tomorrow. Okay, with some long tracked, significant tornadoes. Like I said, we're probably looking at a tornado outbreak for tomorrow from Ohio all the way, possibly all the way down into parts of Alabama, northern Alabama tomorrow. Okay. 83 Birmingham, 81 Tallahassee. You get over towards Mid Atlantic, 86 Raleigh, almost hot over that way. 80 for Charleston, 58 for Washington for tomorrow. You got to stay weather aware tonight and through tomorrow. Like I said, tornado outbreak is likely tomorrow, and we'll keep you updated here, and we'll probably have another live update in the morning just to go over the threats again, latest from Storm Prediction Center, and then go over any watches and warnings if there is any. And then basically we'll probably have continuous coverage throughout the day, trying to keep you ahead of what's to come across the area. All right. Stay safe, everyone. Like I said, have a way to get warnings. Do not let your guard down tomorrow if you live across the Ohio Valley, down through Tennessee, Kentucky, down towards Alabama, maybe Mississippi as well. Got to stay weather aware. There's a very significant severe weather day tomorrow. Numerous severe thunderstorms possible with a possible tornado outbreak for Tuesday. All right. Stay safe, and we will keep you up to date here. And have a